This call is being recorded.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Steve and Chris here. Welcome to episode 10 of the Steve and the Hood Present Boston Sports podcasts. A lot to get to tonight, but let's start off by telling you where you can find our podcast. You can find it on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, hopefully iHeartRadio soon. Also, Lisbon.com as well. Check out our merchandise. You can get some cool shirts at Postal Center USA in Lee, New Hampshire. Also, our website, www.diehardbostonsportsfans.com. You got a couple of Patriots designs on there. A Red Sox design. We just came out less than a week ago with a Bruins design and a Celtics design. Those are diehard C's fan and diehard B's fan, respectively. Just go ahead and check them out. And they're pretty cheap. They're going to go pretty fast. So, Chris, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. How's everything going tonight?
It's going a lot better than the last few weeks. There's a couple of rough weeks there. Well, we're back now, so rock and roll.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, start off, we got the Bruins tomorrow night, opening night. It's always a pretty exciting event for the Bruins. Well, they start off with Nashville, so that's going to be a tough game. At least it's at home, but Bergeron hasn't practiced in a couple of days. Lower body injury. They're kind of hush-hush about it. So it's kind of looking like he's not playing tomorrow night, so that's not going to help. And Joe Haggerty was saying it looks like Ryan Spooner is going to be the center on the first line. So how do you feel about that situation?
I don't like it, but you got to go with what you have. If Bergeron's out, there's something really wrong with him because you know how he is. He doesn't miss games for nothing.
All right, absolutely. I mean, the guy's played through pretty much everything, so hopefully if he is out, it's only...
So.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's a brutal sport. Brutal in a good way, but yeah, I mean, hopefully he's only out for a game or two. They definitely need that guy. Really looking forward to seeing him center the young guys, you know?
Yeah, him, Marchand, and the new one, Bjork there, he looks like he's going to be a keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to ask you, McAvoy's probably going to be pretty good. Other than McAvoy, who do you think's going to be really good out of the young guys
Other
this
than
year?
Bjork, because I think he's going to be the one that's going to truly go off. I would say DeBrusque. I think is going to be a pleasant surprise with Pastor and Krejci.
Yeah, on the second line, that could be a pretty deadly line as well.
Oh yeah, and then you just go from there. It's obviously a youth movement going on in Boston, which it's okay. I mean, we understand what's going on, so I'm looking forward to it to see exactly what the youth movement's going to entail, how they handle the pressure, the jump. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, realistically, it's probably 3 to 4 years away from being a serious contender, but let's get to it.
Yeah, like you said, I love the youth movement. Definitely, it's not a bad idea to mix in some veterans, but you had McAvoy last year, you had Carlo getting in there. He had a pretty decent rookie campaign. No, we got Grzelcyk, is that how you say his name? Another defenseman.
Yeah.
He could be decent. Zarnik, he's out, but because he's sick. But looks like a pretty decent young player. If we can get 5 or 6 of those young guys gelling and doing pretty well at the NHL level in the next couple of years, like you said, look out.
Well, you got to give credit to Donnie. I mean, his drafting has proven to be his point as a GM, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That's something he's really excelled at so far. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on McAvoy let's see what he gets before we claim him as the next great thing. I'm cautiously optimistic about him. I like his game, but we'll see how it goes. I mean,
Yeah,
he had
another
a
thing
great
I
series
thought,
against Ottawa, so
right.
we'll see.
Yeah, Joe Haggerty, too, is talking tonight on the NBC Sports Boston about Ray Bork's rookie season. I think he had like 65 points his rookie year.
I'm not
Which is,
surprised about that.
yeah, which is crazy. Like, if McAvoy can do even like 2/3 of that, that would be pretty incredible if you ask me.
Damn right it would be. I mean, obviously I wasn't old enough for the Orr years, but I definitely saw Raymond Bork play thousands of games in his career. He's the best defenseman for the Bruins I've ever seen. No question about that.
Oh, yeah, hands down. Yep. Yeah, and too as well. Go ahead.
I mean, he could put the puck on net no matter where he was on the ice. It did not matter where he was shooting from. He could hit the net.
All right. Yeah.
That's somewhat of a lost art lately.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, the old, we got 80 shots on net with 2 goals.
Yeah, the old, exactly, the tug net game, or
Right.
72 saves. Something obscene, and he utterly robbed Bork point blank on a slapper, just right in his glove. It's like, oh boy. During an overtime that happened. He was just playing out of his mind that game.
Yeah, something like that happens. You just kind of like have to raise your stick in the air, like, what the hell?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what can you do to get it past him? But, too, Tuukka has to have a good year.
Oh, Tuukka has to have a great year. And there's a lot of people who are always on Tuukka a lot, but you take Tuukka Rask out of the team for any length of time, you're in deep trouble. Period.
Oh,
Whether you want to admit that or not, he's the backbone of that goalie situation right now. I mean, he gets a lot of flack. I always wonder what the perception is outside of Boston with Rask, because a lot of people in Boston don't like him for one reason or another.
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people. Is he a top 10 goalie? Probably people outside of Boston think so. In Boston, you'd be hard pressed to find a lot of people who would agree with that.
Right.
So, take it for what it's worth, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, with all the young guys on the team, I mean, he, like you said, he has to have a great year. If he struggles at all, they're going to be in trouble.
Well, it's always what pisses people off with him is the soft goals and the ill-timed ones. He'll stand on his head for 56 minutes, and the last 4 he'll give up 2.
Right. Yeah, I mean, or, they'll be tied with like a minute left. He's playing out of his mind, and, he lets one go through his legs or over his glove or something. It's just frustrating from that standpoint.
Right. You know who would be triggered every time he even thinks about that?
Yeah, I know, it gets me going too. I know he's a pretty good goalie. For me, it's more just the frustration of the whole situation.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but what are you gonna do? A goalie is a creature of habit, so you just have to go with it sometimes.
Yep, absolutely. So can't wait for them to get started tomorrow night. Celtics started their preseason action the other night against Charlotte. They won 94-82, I believe. First time we saw the new Big Three. They only played a half together, but what were your first impressions of them and all the other new guys?
About what I expected. It's going to be a work in progress where everyone can figure out their role exactly. I mean, overall, I was impressed. A lot of good ball movement. Some people impressed me more than others. Tatum, He didn't really impress me that much. I mean, he's going to come into his own, obviously, but he looked way too nervous. And I think he'll work that out. I mean, you have to hope he does. I don't think that's going to be what he is. I mean, it is what it is. Not everyone's Larry Bird.
Right.
Tice looked really good. I thought he looked good. Bynes, is that his name? The Australian dude?
Oh, Aaron Baines? Yeah.
Baines, yeah, he looked great. I mean, a lot of good ball movement. Preseason game, so it is what it is. I think it's going to take a while for the team to actually gel and figure out exactly the moving parts, who's going to be responsible for what. Then you see what you're going to get later on in the season. But I don't expect them to come out like gangbusters in the opening month or two.
No, and we do have a mailbag, Steve in the Hood at Comcast.net. That question was asked by Jessica Snee, so anytime you guys or girls want to ask a question, just send it to the mailbag, Steve in the Hood at Comcast.net. We'll give you a shout out on the podcast. So, yeah, as far as for me, like you said, Tatum, he even said after the game he was pretty nervous, so hopefully he's not nervous next game. We'll see how he rebounds, so to speak.
I think he'll come into his own.
Yeah, what surprised me was like how good the defense was.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your staple, then good. I mean, that's a good thing. They'll figure it
absolutely.
out. I mean, they're going to be there. They're a conference final team. I mean, just skip right to it.
Right.
I think.
Let's forget the regular season, first couple rounds of the playoffs. Let's just get to it.
Well, I mean, it's true. Barring injury, who's the two top teams in the East? Boston and Cleveland. No doubt about it. I mean, out west, you're probably looking at OKC and Golden State, so let's just get to it.
Right. Unless there's some like more blockbuster trades at the trade deadline.
Right. That always could happen, I suppose, but as is, how many teams you think are really going to... How many teams are a legitimate threat in the East to Cleveland and Boston?
Washington, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, maybe Toronto, maybe. Toronto's always a team that plays them tough. Milwaukee, maybe.
Right. Yeah, they got a bunch of new pieces.
Obviously, the West is a stacked division, so I'm kind of more curious how that plays out than I am the East, because I almost predict the East to come down to two teams, where the West is pretty much wide open.
Yeah, I think it was ESPN did a poll with all the GMs. They said 93% chance that Golden State wins the championship.
Doesn't that give you heartburn thinking about that?
Oh, absolutely.
93.3%. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I despise Golden State. So.
Well, I think people don't really. People think I'm a little bit off the rocker at times, and that's okay. But Golden State somewhat reminds a lot of people of the Pats. They're always there.
Right.
And they succeed. They win. People hate winners.
Oh, no doubt.
That's just the bottom line. I mean, aside from Durant coming over, a lot of Golden State's success has been in-house through drafting. I mean,
they've been really good at drafting. Yep.
They've really done it the right way, and people are pissy because they win. I hate it too, but you got to give credit where it's due. Like I said, outside Durant, for the most part, that team's built in-house. So
I think about it a little bit more. I guess it's not really I hate the team. I hate the fan base.
Well, again, I mean, Golden State, they're not used to winning anything.
Yeah.
I mean, prior to this run, they didn't win anything. And again, a lot of people hate us Pats fans too, because we come across as cocky. for good reason. We win a lot.
Yeah, like Golden State fans have come out of the woodwork. Been a fan my whole life.
Right. That's why when they sucked, it was empty arenas.
Right.
Even going back to the past.
Right.
And I mean, back in the day, the only one who cheered for the Patriots were the diehards. That's it.
Right.
I'm sorry, but there's still a lot of people who jumped on the wagon, so to speak, when we started winning. Obviously, you can't take into consideration the younger kids who grew up in this run. They have no clue how lucky they really are.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but they can't grasp just how bad it really was around here. We almost lost our team to St. Louis. I mean, it was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, it was brutal. I mean, it was worrying every week if they were going to be on TV or not, for crying out loud.
Exactly. I mean, you could go down to Foxborough and then hand you tickets to get in the stadium.
Yep.
That ain't happening anymore. But we'll touch on the Patriots in a little bit.
Yep, definitely. So, and Marcus Morris, his trial, he got found not guilty in his assault trial out in Arizona. So he'll be with the team, hopefully for the game on Friday. So it's gonna be good to see what he can do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I guess while the trial was going on, he was working out with some Celtics assistants. So yeah, let's see how he fits into the mold too.
Yeah, it's just really cool. It's bizarre almost that they get 4 guys back from last year and you got to mold 11 guys into that. It's pretty crazy.
It is. And did you see that Marcus Smart wants to come off the bench rather than be a starter?
Yeah, I think he said something like he wanted to be the leader of the second unit or something like that.
I love that move.
Yeah.
I think that is a great move.
Oh, me too.
That to me shows a jump in leadership from him, a maturity, so to speak. So yeah, even he had a hell of a game the other day. So yeah, expect big things from them.
Yeah, he looks pretty jacked. So.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, the only thing with him is I just hope he doesn't stand out there firing threes all night.
You're gonna hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. It irritates me a little bit when he does that.
It's the new NBA for you.
Right. Yep. So moving on a little bit to the Red Sox. Little playoff preview. They start tomorrow afternoon at 4:00 against the Houston Astros. We got our ace Chris Sale on the mound against Verlander, so on paper that's a great pitching matchup. Chris Sale said, he's willing to pitch until his arm falls off tomorrow, and he's willing to go on 3 days rest if you need it. And I just love this interview. I mean, obviously it's only talk, but he seems to have a good frame of mind heading into tomorrow.
You're gonna absolutely love that coming from your ace.
Yep.
Whether it's window dressing or not, you have to love your ace. Because I will throw until my arm falls off.
Right.
And he's got an old school mentality to him, but a lot of the new school pitchers haven't been able to succeed on 3 days rest like the old Duffs used to do. So there's that factor. It's really interesting because Houston struggles against Sale.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the Sox struggle against Verlander. So that's going to be a hell of a matchup, like you said.
Yeah.
For the Red Sox, to me, for the Red Sox to win this series, they have to win tomorrow. Absolutely have to have it tomorrow. Because, God forbid, if something goes wrong during game 2 when you go back to Fenway down 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
You have to come back to Fenway minimum tied. You cannot come back to Fenway down 2. Yeah,
it's going to be tough because you got a lot of players on the Red Sox that aren't really proven in the postseason at all.
Exactly. I mean, is this going to be a situation where they're oblivious to what's going on around them? Who knows? I mean, it's a great unknown.
Yeah, Ben Attendee, I think he hit right around 300 last year in the postseason. Small sample, but I expect big things from him in the playoffs.
Yeah, you just got to hope. You just go. I mean, last postseason it was a disaster. Betts was brutal in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, pretty sure Jackie was too.
Right. I mean, you can't have that this year. You're going to have to need the team playing on all cylinders.
Right.
Once firing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with them all year is they've been so inconsistent with the offense.
Right, that's just it. I mean, do you really know what you're going to get out of them? Because I don't.
No, I mean, that's the scary part. Definitely scary.
I mean, they're capable of dropping 10 runs for 3 games in a row or putting up 2 and 3.
All right.
You just never know what you're going to get. A lot of people are picking the Astros to win. I think this is a true flip of the coin series, honestly. Both teams kind of match up well. To me, the obvious strength of the Red Sox and the advantage in this is the bullpen.
Yep.
More so than anything else. I mean, they struggle against lefties. Houston does. So you got Sale, game 1, Pomeranz 2. 3 hasn't been officially named yet.
Right.
So I don't know if they're waiting to see what happens in Houston or when do they have to actually name that starter. That I don't really know. I'm assuming probably the day before.
Yeah, after
so
game 2.
You're probably gonna hear something Friday.
Right.
What's going on for game 3? I mean,
yeah, like you said though, it might depend on what happens tomorrow.
they have to have tomorrow. There's no doubt.
Right, but if they lose, would they be more willing to pitch Sale on 3 days rest in game? If needed, type of thing. He's never done it in his career. That's kind of the other scary thing.
Right. You got to figure if you go with him on 3 days rest, game 3, you win that. You don't really have Sale for the rest of those other 2 games. So at some point, you're going to have to throw in who you thought was going to be that third starter, whether it be game 4 or game 5. Game 4, more than likely, if that was the way to go. And then you'd have Pomeranz at 5, if you got there.
All right, yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Pomeranz, I'm pretty comfortable with him this year.
He's got Keuchel. That's not going to be no easy task either.
Right, no, definitely. Yeah, Houston's got a lot of good pitching.
And they can hit.
Yeah. Tough series either way.
Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, that's what I said. A lot of people say it's a slam dunk. I disagree on that. I don't think it's a slam dunk by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, slam dunk? No way. Jeez.
I mean, it's baseball. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, Houston would absolutely have to fall apart for that to happen. The Yankees got Cleveland, so you figure Cleveland would wipe the mound with them, but you never know.
Oh, God, I hope so. You got to go for Cleveland, even though it's going to be a terrible matchup for you if you get by.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I still like Tito, so.
Oh, yeah. I just think, personally, Cleveland and Boston's been on the collision course for a while now.
Right, yeah, that's a horrible matchup for the Red Sox.
I mean, Cleveland's a horrible matchup for anybody in baseball, let alone the American League. But you never know where things happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what's the beauty of it.
I mean, if the Sox come back, if they win 2 in Houston, I definitely like their chances coming home.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
I mean, even if they manage a split in Houston, I like their chances. But you definitely have to get one, and preferably tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yep, so 4 o'clock can't come soon enough. So moving on to the Patriots. Yeah, that was quite the crap show against Carolina on Sunday. I definitely didn't see that coming.
I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell is going on with that defense. I mean, they're having communication breakdowns all over the place. And a lot of breakdowns are happening with Gilmore. He's the guy you brought in. You paid big bucks for him.
Oh, yeah.
My question to you is this. Did they give the money to the wrong corner? Did they paid Butler instead?
Yeah, he hasn't been great either.
Oh, he's been better.
Better than Gilmore, but that's not hard.
He's not saying much, but
yeah,
I think the wake up call came with him.
Yeah, I think Gilmore's gonna snap out of it.
He's got to.
Yeah, there's no choice. Basically, he got put on blast. So.
That call that he did was so stupid. The hands of the face when Wise sacked Newton. You were done. You had the ball back. Tie game with 2 and change to go at that point.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Brady. You had just got 2 touchdowns. It was game over.
Oh yeah, no doubt they would have went down and scored. Probably a touchdown.
You can't have stuff like that. That's just that kills you. It's just bad. It was just bad. They're giving up way too many points. Brady in this offense is clicking right now. They're putting up big numbers, but they can't do this, every single game. Look at that drive that they did with Houston. They realistically could be 1-3 right now, realistically speaking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm terrified about tomorrow. I've already told you about it. I'm not comfortable at all with that game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a barn burner tomorrow.
Because Carolina put up big points on you. You're coming against an offense that is better than Carolina. And probably the Texans, if you really want to get right down to it. They're chomping at the bit to play you. How many teams ever chomp at the bit to play New England thinking they got a great shot of smoking you?
Over the years.
A crazy season.
Yeah. Over the years.
You get jacked up to play them, but...
Yeah. Obviously...
I'm uncomfortable.
I don't think the Patriots D is all of a sudden going to hold them to 6 points or something tomorrow, but I think they'll do enough to win. Say a 3-point victory, another freaking barn burner. Something to get back on track.
I hope so, but I'm not feeling it right now.
Yeah, it's tough to feel it the way they've been playing.
Generally speaking, when I'm really uncomfortable about something, they blow them out, so...
Yeah. So we're in good shape.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said,
be right, but
they're not going to go overnight from being the worst defense in the NFL to looking, like a formidable defense just in 1 week. They'll be better. They have to be. Gilmore basically got put on blast after the game, so he took ownership of everything, which didn't really help for Carolina, but I guess you got to give him a little credit for doing that and just see how he responds tomorrow.
The only thing you can do is go out and play the game.
Yeah.
But
and somebody was saying, one of the media people, why don't you simplify the defense? And I think it was Harmon that said it's already pretty simple. So it's oh boy.
Right. Well, me and you have spoken many times. We have press corners. Get away from the zone. Man up.
Yeah, I hate the zone crap.
You want to simplify things? You have this guy, you have that guy, this is your person. And that's where they're messing up right now. The communication is not there.
Yeah, the zone areas, seems like they're getting confused.
I mean, Gilmore's got to realize you're in New England now. You're not in Buffalo. The things that you get away with in Buffalo doesn't fly over here.
Oh yeah, no way.
So
Yeah.
wake up. I mean,
Yes.
something that hasn't been talked about. He was basically benched until Rowe got hurt.
Yeah,
Rowe
starting
took
the
his
third.
spot.
Yeah, one play.
And then he got hurt, and Rowe's out. So maybe you see more Jonathan this game if he messes up. I don't
Yeah, I
know, but
like
something's got to
Jonathan.
change. Yeah, I like him too, but he disappeared again. It's weird how the Patriots do stuff like that. Whatever. I stopped trying to figure them out a long time ago, so.
Yeah. Oh, what are they gonna do tomorrow? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, trying to figure them out is like trying to pick the lottery.
All right.
It's not going to happen. But we'll still see.
Yeah, I'm
Hopefully
actually
it
looking
works
forward
out.
to the game. 8:30. Typically when they need it, when they need a win, when everyone's counting them out, somehow they usually figure out how to get it done.
Exactly. So you just got to hope that that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, Eric Rowe's
Hopefully it
out
works
tomorrow.
out.
They already said he's out.
Right.
Looking
Maybe
like
it being on
TJ
a
Ward's
short
going to
week.
be out. What's that?
Maybe it being in a short week, it's going to help them out.
Yeah, make him
Things
focus a little
happen.
bit more.
Right.
Yeah, TJ Ward looks like he's out for Bucks, so that should help.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I despise that guy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
I mean, he probably doesn't do it on purpose, but every time we play him, somebody seems to get hurt when he's in the area.
Oh, every time. Without fail.
Yeah. It's been Gronk, Brady, you name it. He's been there. But, yeah, big game for them tomorrow night.
It'll be a big day for Boston sports in general.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Great time of year. It's probably my favorite time of year for, Boston sports.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Postseason baseball. Bruins starting, Celtics, couple weeks. Patriots already going, so pretty much every night something's going on.
Exactly.
You got anything else you want to touch on tonight?
I think that's about it for me.
All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, like we said in the beginning, you can go check out our merchandise, Postal Center USA, Lee, New Hampshire. Go to the website, www.diehardbostonsportsfans.com. Download this podcast, on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play Music, Lisbon.com. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Definitely give us feedback. Where can we find you on Twitter, Chris?
Chris the Hood 420.
Yeah, you can find me at We Play for Titles, and we also have a company one, Die Hard Boss Fans. Facebook, look us up, Die Hard Boston Sports Fans. Thanks, everyone, in advance for listening. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.